The Plot Thickens is a podcast. This season, Pam Grier will be the subject matter of this podcast, hosted by a guy by the name of Ben Mankiewicz. Yes, Mankiewicz. Really in-depth podcast, and it's talking about an era that's I hold true and dear to my heart. And when it comes to you and the work you've done, this is your second time on our show, I believe, and it's never enough. And when I hear your stories, I hear you telling us, I hear you sharing, like, this is what it was, yo.
Yes.
This is what it was. I'm trying to tell you, look at these people that I worked with, and these are the things I was trying to do that couldn't get done because of I'm a black woman, right?
Right.
And this is how I navigated around it and kept it moving forward. You wouldn't believe how many people, me as Pam Grier, how many careers I contributed to in one way or the other. Your story has to be told, right?
Yeah, yes.
And so that's why I'm happy about this podcast, because it allows you a chance to tell your story.
It is.
Right?
It is the like a 3D of my book.
Yeah.
And right now I have several alpha females who are working on the development of Advocacy.
Let's go.
Writing, producing, directing. Who are from generations of 30 years, you know, 240, and all of but we're very similar. You know, we're not that much different because our tastes are life and enjoying what we're capable of doing. We can't do everything, but we learn, we're not as judgmental as we used to be because there's so many cultures out there. You know, I'll see women with Habib, I go, Assalamu alaikum. You know, and they go, wow, you said, yeah, mommy, how you doing? And I live among Native Americans and migrants in New Mexico, and they have, you know, they feed their family $15 a week of beans and rice and tomatoes and salsa and chili and good food and make tortillas on the barbecue grill. And they have a single wide trailer. It sleeps 15 people because they clean your house so we can all be successful. Our professors and the lawyers and the doctors and the judge, everybody, they don't clean their house on Saturdays. These people do. But they got solar on their trailer because they don't want to be a part of the problem. And they're hurt by it. They want to be a part of the solution. And like I said on the Joy Reid show, you can convert your hoopty, your ICE, internal combustion engine, from $5,000 to $7,000 and keep the original design of it, but you have an EV. Because you can't, these people will never be able to, 100 million people cannot afford a $60,000 or $100,000 EV and may not be able to.
You have to say what an EV is.
It's an electric vehicle.
Yeah.
A lot of people up on that say, I know, okay.
I'm from California,
yeah. But there are real people from New York to California. There's a whole 1,050,000 people who support us so we can be successful. And they want EVs. They want electric vehicles. They want solar. Solar's free. And when I took a picture of it and I sent it to Joy Reid of the Readout and Val Demings. I said, these are people who live with under $20,000 a year. But they got solar on their roof. So it's doable.
It's doable.
It can be, solar sun is free. Put your panels out there, what's on your trailer or whatever, it's free. Now they can use the money to feed their children. This woman was crying at the gas station. She said, I clean 6 houses and I have to pay almost $90 for a third of a tank of gas. She said, I've never filled up. And I have to clean all these houses. But we don't realize it. Without them people, any of us are going to be at home cleaning our house on Saturday with a bunch of rooms and kids and stuff, and you want to get out? No, these people come and she said, I can only clean three houses today. Because there's 15, all this money, I feed my family. I don't have any more money. And I'm like, and I can afford it. But I'm driving my city car so I can park. And it's not my big, truck. And it's $90, and I used to be able to fill up on $35, and I'm like, a lot of people are gonna get hit with this. So
yeah.
I got her gas card.
You got her a gas card.
I got her a gas card.
Pam Grier.
That's what you do.
That's what you do.
And then for the vets, a lot of my uncles, I was talking about, are vets. And we have several generations of people who went married, and they can't hold a book anymore. They can't see. They're sight impaired. They're living at the VA. They can't get the benefits half the time. And all they want to do is read. And so I always go on. I asked George R. R. Martin, his publisher, if he had any audiobooks in his company and in mine, Grand Central, to send your audiobooks to the VA hospitals and living facilities all across the country every Thanksgiving. But so there's not enough volunteers to read for them, but they can sure put in a CD and sit in a room of 30 men listening to a book, an audiobook. So I always ask everyone to send audiobooks to your vets every, holiday season, because they can't hold a book. And my uncles are sitting out front and they're shaking. They can't
even hold the book, right? They can't focus.
And so they miss out little things.
Right.
Little things. And sometimes we forget. And I'm not saying it's gender, strength, or no strength. It's just we're busy. Yeah. And until it happens to us, or you're in the hospital and you wish somebody came to see you, hold a book and read to you, then the bells go off. But you can make a difference in someone's life so easily.
You've done it so many times. Pam Grier, give her a big round of applause.
Yes.
When you look at some of I think about your journey in Hollywood and film, and then I look, we had the magnificent Viola Davis here.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. And 50 years old when she gets her big, kickstart.
Yep.
But I said it's never too late. So that's the best teacher.
Yeah.
Ever to have that passion to hang in there and to be there, because she's representing our humanity, all types, as I represent all types. Tamara did all types, Viola, Vanetta McGee.
Yep.
And there's more, but it's given me my curiosity and my strength to know what I have. And my fear is some people don't want to see people different able. They don't want to see diseases. They don't want to see things. But I don't. I face it, and I gain more. I'm in a wonderful show because of my tenure called Them.
Mm-hmm.
The most brilliant, badass show that you can see.
Them.
Okay. Produced by Lil Marvin. Mm-hmm. And I came aboard because of it, because every episode is like a movie. So it's different. Then I did Pet Sematary. With Henry Thomas.
Pet Sematary.
Where we're doing the prequel. And I'm in it. And I'm gonna cause some trouble.
Yeah.
When I have to, I have to sew up my face with fishing line. What can I tell you? And then a wonderful film thriller called Cinnamon with Damon Wayans.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Damon
that film.
Wayans, yeah, man.
Come
Big
on,
round
Damon.
of applause for D.
He made me laugh so much. Sometimes I had to walk off and laugh so he wouldn't see me. And then we're doing Foxy and another show about the zombie apocalypse. And basically, fast forward to this we're living in a society where zombies are half zombie, and we accept them. And they're in our communities.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of fun. I said, just don't drop your leg in my driveway. I'm not picking it up anymore. That's all I can tell you. And when you come in the bar to buy a drink, don't pay me with urine, okay?
That's your line.
You know me.
Come on.
I come down and real. Like, I don't mind. I'm not discriminating with the zombie community. They're just going to pay me with money, okay? Not with pee. I'm just telling you right now. And then I get to ride my Harley, motorcycle. Well, there's electric now, so I'm building an electric motorcycle.
Fire.
Pam Grier does it all, man. Pam Grier, let me remind y'all, the Plot Thickens podcast is going to premiere Tuesday, November the 15th. You can hear the episode where they're really just focusing in on Pam's life and career. When I look at you and I think about your career and all the sacrifices you made, and I look at all the amazing artists who are benefiting from some of the barriers that you broke through, I'm wondering, who do you celebrate? Like when you look at someone like a Beyonce, right, who has the world in her hands, and now she uses
But she got to rehearse.
Yeah.
Okay? Ain't nobody going to pay $150 for, I love the word salad that we have, a nothing burger. I love that. It's just like crazy. It's like but look what she brings. She brings her culture, Louisiana, her family, to it, and has to rehearse so much, go fast to James Brown, Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald. If you look at all of our entertainers who bring us education and enlightenment through music, another medium, not always books and academia. It's another form. And we listen, we take hold of it. Next, you know, young kids are playing real instruments now. Back to learning chords and playing, and they have it in Dublin, Ireland, the R&B festival. For 3 days, they bring in R&B groups, average white band, musicians come in and teach you know, R&B guitar playing, and people wear afros and bell bottoms, and they play nothing but R&B for 3 days in Ireland. So cultures are being taught and examined and enjoyed. Counterculturalism all over the world, because we get it out there, you know. And look at, if you go watch Beyonce's concert, or if you watch John Legend, if you watch so many
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar and all the stuff.
Yep.
But not only him, but some of the ones, Lamar, I saw him on this morning. He was on Jennifer Hudson's show. It'll come to me. My head's exploding. I'm so excited. But there's so many artists. You don't think of academically what they had to do and learn to get to artistry. You know, there's a formula to get to that. You have Beyonce, and then if you look at Megan Thee Stallion, and look at Cardi B. You know, we're and they're bringing a culture. They're finding an audience, developing an audience. There's Mariah. You could go on and on and on. And it's just, there's old school, new school, and after school. Yeah. But we have to keep our audiences enlightened, because it's going to be different every 3 to 5 years. New star, new music, and remember some of the music, it was hip hop. You hear a little bit of Mediterranean in there. Yeah. You know. Do you see in their movements a little bit of, like, just in their bouts too with entertainment? They do have to practice, but they do have to face a lot of the perils that women have faced through entertainment. Just cramps. Yeah, just cramps alone.
Start there.
Don't mess with me. Not today.
Do you see your DNA in their movements, though?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was doing the L Word in Vancouver, Canada, and Beyonce had a concert, and all the girls, we were sitting in the front row. Beyonce stopped her concert to pay me homage and made me stand up.
Wow. As she should.
And I wanted her to play in a production, a couple of things that I, had developed for her. But whatever didn't happen. But the fact that we hold each other up to recognize what we do and what we've done. And I stood up. She stopped a concert for me.
That's big, yo.
Come on now.
Come on. I swore I was at her concert in Seattle, and they had a moving stage or something above us. I swore she looked down. I was in the crowd. I swore she saw me and waved. I said, yo!
Oh, yeah, that On the Run tour?
Yeah. I swore she saw me and waved.
No, she does not forget. You can't remember all those dance moves and songs without an unbelievable brain, a remembering DNA development. How many Beyoncés are out there?
Yeah. One.
Just one.
Okay. Not everyone can do theater. Because you can't make a mistake. I'm off book. Quentin Tarantino wrote Jackie Brown, and I think I was prepared to work with him and Robert De Niro and Sam Jackson and Robert Forster, because I had done nothing but 4 years of theater. Pulitzer Prize winning plays. And you can't drop a line. You can't forget. You're off book. And that's such discipline. Yeah. And so is music. That's hard. You can't make a mistake, miss a beat, miss a chord, miss a line, like, oh, shoot, and stop and start over. It's such dedication and determination for the audience. Yeah. To show the people who are coming to see you, giving their time to you. But you invested in all that time to give them near perfection. That takes a lot. People don't think of that. And I talk about the crew in my films. They should be able to be invited to the Oscars.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Without the crew who take care of us, drive our trailers, clean our trailers, get us home when we're too tired. We work 15 hours. They're there 2 hours before, 2 hours after. They should be able to be invited to see those films that they participated in. Yeah. For free. Come as you are. No $500 tickets. Just come. And I asked them that. Wouldn't you like to go see the Oscars? Say, we'd love to. but we're not invited. And by the time it happened, we're on the next movie. I can't spend $1,000 for me and my wife to go to the Oscars and sit there and watch people in suits and clothes and sit there and
go home broke.
But just to say and have the crew stand up, thank them.
That makes a difference.
It does.
Yeah.
And it also makes a difference when they have solar on the White House. They took it off, remember?
They had solar on the White House
at one time, and they took it off.
They took it off
because they said, let the people pay for our electric bill. Are you kidding me? Really? Why isn't it there? You know, are we going to be a partner, or are we going to be wait for the master to tell us what to do?
Yeah, well, yeah. Welcome to America.
No, no, and no.
Yeah.
It doesn't go that way. And taking our Social Security, I know some white farmer rednecks said if you touch it, they'll kill everybody. They're not going to have it. They're not going to have that unfairness. Until it happens, why wait? Let's show our power and our vote, that we're thinking people. You know, we're not all PhDs. Not everybody went to college. We got a life experience. We're here. That vote means everything.
Pam Grier. Big round of applause. Pam Grier.
Yes.
Let me get this right first. The Plot Thickens is a podcast that's already in existence.
Yes.
Right? You're going to be on episode 4.
Yes.
Which is November 15th.
Yes.
All episodes.
Huh?
All episodes.
All episodes. This whole season is around you.
Yes.
Damn.
It's all
the whole
me.
season is you.
You get to hear my horses walk through. You see them hear them in the barn. You hear my book, every life event. And sometimes I cry. Sometimes I have to stop and revisit something very traumatic to let people who've gone through more or less of what I had, and that if you dive in a way, you may come out okay, but you're going to be okay.
You're going to be okay.
You're going to be okay. If you love yourself, you will attract people to love you as well.
Amen.
I love it, Pam Grier.
Come on, I knocked the John, what is the James Bond movie out of first place? Copy knocked it out of first place.
James Bond in the 70s.
Okay.
You knocked him out off of the box. It was top box office movie in the world.
Because I showed to people.
A black woman in the 70s.
Showed I love my peeps. I love me. I love what we can do and stand up for. And it kept playing in the theaters for 3-4 months. Not 2 weeks. That's a lot of popcorn. and I was told by the owners, like, Pam, you're going to create a lot of enemies because your movies play too long. I said, because people are taking their families and their kids 2 and 3 times in the movie to see something different every time.
They never saw what you brought.
But I had to let them know it's okay. Remember we couldn't say breasts.
Wow.
And I said, well, they will condemn me for showing my breasts and my black womanhood, my whatever tribe I'm from, Nigerian, and I'm going to show that and show it's okay. They couldn't say breast and cancer. They couldn't say breast cancer. They was just, we've evolved.
Wow. You couldn't say breast cancer?
No. There was time where you couldn't say breast cancer on TV or radio, or you said it, and even in private, it's breast, C word. We've come a long ways in accepting ourselves. I've had women, who their husbands didn't like the fact they lost a breast and they divorced them, and because it wasn't sexy. They weren't turned on by it.
Yeah.
Or her head. I said, "Oh, that was shallow." Pam, shut up, leave the room. But real deal.
That's
stories.
unfortunate.
It is, but it's real.
Yeah.
It's real for whatever people are and do, whatever their thing is. But women say, okay, I had a marriage and a man, and wonderful, I lost one of my breasts and he didn't want me anymore, but I still love me.
Amen.
There you go. Come on, round of applause.
You know how hard that is?
Yeah.
You lose your breast and get out on the beach and see what people may say about you as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sway.
And have to answer questions and have to answer, and you have to deal with it, and it's like, it's personal, but we've come a long way through medicine and history and discovery and culture, and so we're not simple.
Not at all.
We're complex, beautifully so.
Absolutely.
And the more I know about men, a boyfriend who didn't have his testicles, he had cancer, prostate, and had a problem with it, I want to make him comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not about anything else but his soul and spirit and how he feels and how he treats people.
Mm-hmm.
And animals. It's about that. The sex has been recreation. Okay, we've gone to that.
Yeah.
And now we're moving back to what does it mean? You know, I call it timeshare dating. We get to date someone for 90 days and move on to the next guy who likes the beach, and the next one who likes snow, and the other one likes mountain bike, and the other and then they say, oh, you are on a motorcycle? Yeah.
I do
Isn't
that
that
too.
No, you can get hit on a bike. You can get hit walking across the street. So at my time and age, I've decided I really want to enjoy the things that everyone said, don't do it, dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I got, I'm electric Harley Davidson. That's all live wire.
You got an electric bike?
Yeah. I can have road hogs are great. Hog masters.
Uh-huh.
You have the Fat Boy. You have roadsters, sportsters. You have all the glides and stuff like that. I know my Harley and or the trikes, but the new electric one, less issues, less mechanical, less this, less that. It's so quiet and fast. You think you're flying.
We're gonna get you an electric Harley commercial. Pam Grier, give her a round of applause. Pam, I love you. I just want to let you talk, but it's another show got to come on. Rhonda, we love you too. Thank you for donating to our Hungerthon charity.
Yes.
And I'm glad you got to meet Tommy Davidson, and it's amazing. Come on, Rhonda.
Come on.
You guys listen to the podcast at theplotThickens.tcm.com. TheplotThickens.tcm.com. Pam Grier, come back anytime.
Well, they're going to get to hear all of me.
There you go. All right, love you.
Love you back.
Thank you very much. Rhonda, we love you too.
Thank
Yes, we
you.
do.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay.